For decades, media strategy relied on capturing audience attention where it naturally clumped together, usually in front of a television. But as we look toward 2026, that era of concentrated, predictable viewing is over. Consumer attention is now distributed across a fragmented landscape of highly interactive formats. Social video, gaming, and AI chatbots have replaced predictable broadcast schedules. If you ask media executives, most will tell you they are ready for this shift. But the data reveals a dangerous readiness illusion. A stark divide exists in strategic ambition. 84% of diversified tech platforms are pursuing radical reinvention, while only 20% of legacy media executives do the same. This exists despite 88% of legacy executives reporting high confidence in their technology infrastructure. That confidence is masking a significant vulnerability. Most organizations operate on rigid, outdated technology stacks, never designed for this massive level of disruption. Instead of restructuring, these companies practice incremental optimization, bolting shiny new technologies onto old, siloed business models. Optimizing a legacy model while the audience abandons it only accelerates the path to irrelevance. Survival against tech giants requires high-friction, structural reinvention. Superficial tech upgrades will not be enough to bridge the gap. For years, the default strategy for legacy media has been to funnel maximum capital strictly into premium, walled garden subscription platforms. But building a fortress around episodic content is failing to hold the audience. In the past year alone, half of all consumers canceled 2 or more services. Daily engagement now depends on authenticity, creator ecosystems, and interactive communities, formats where the audience feels like a participant rather than a spectator. To capture that attention, platforms must transition to fluid ecosystems that integrate microdramas, gaming, and shoppable experiences into a single environment. This creates a difficult trade-off. Executives must choose between protecting high-quality brand prestige and securing a place in the daily cultural conversation. Becoming a fluid ecosystem requires surrendering absolute control over how content is distributed and consumed. Media platforms can no longer survive as episodic viewing destinations. They must restructure into daily, interconnected engagement hubs. The same incremental mindset is hampering AI adoption. Currently, most media companies are deploying generative AI in isolated, departmental silos. They use it for low-risk tasks, accelerating script turnaround or generating basic marketing copy. These use cases yield minor productivity gains, but they do nothing to drive new revenue or change the fundamental economics of the business. Real transformation requires building an AI-ready enterprise, where intelligence is embedded across the entire value chain. When AI acts as a core growth engine, it changes the workflow. Spotify, for instance, uses embedded generative AI to help advertisers generate scripts and activate campaigns, shortening sales cycles and increasing yield through precision targeting. This forces a choice: stick with a safe, low-friction AI rollout, or endure the organizational pain required to build fully automated end-to-end workflows. Failing to integrate AI systemically leaves legacy media companies mathematically uncompetitive against the data advantages of big tech. Maintaining proprietary, undifferentiated legacy technologies like in-house playout systems is a massive capital drain that offers no competitive edge. A shedding strategy is now a necessity. Companies must exit tech-heavy areas that don't directly contribute to audience differentiation. The capital freed from legacy plumbing must be immediately redirected into acquisitions that secure advanced streaming and ad capabilities. Roku used this strategy to improve monetization, acquiring external data and advertising businesses to build a stack that could compete effectively in connected TV. The trade-off is between retaining the comfort of total operational control and gaining the agility needed to form lifestyle bundles. Technology can no longer be a back-end support function. It is the strategic core around which the entire business model must be built. After a decade of relentless upheaval, media leaders are exhausted by the pace of change. But pausing investment or reducing ambition to recover from this fatigue is the most dangerous strategic error a company can make right now. This 2026 survival matrix maps the 2 paths media companies can take. The incrementalist protects legacy formats, a path leading inevitably to gradual market share loss. The fluid challenger endures structural change, uses M&A aggressively, and integrates cross-platform creator ecosystems to capture growth. Walt Disney Studios used aggressive external partnerships to quickly test and productize machine learning and extended reality, moving from experimentation to productization much faster than they could have alone. Building this adaptability directly into the operating model ends the cycle of exhausting, episodic corporate restructuring. Survival in media requires designing for fluidity, where continuous structural reinvention is no longer an event, but a permanent state of the business.